Good evening everyone, welcome back to your beloved duck chess speedrun. Last week we have finally crossed the 1800 checkpoint. Today we will play 3 games, hopefully ending up with more ELO than what we started with. And without any further ado, let's get into today's content. First opponent is a guy with a somewhat amount of experience. E4, duck on E5. Honestly, after all these weeks playing duck chess, now I am more scared of the absolute beginners than a guy with a small amount of experience. Knight F6. E5, duck removing D5. I'll try to trap this knight. He chose the safest solution. Actually not a coward, he admits his mistake on move 1 and immediately tries to fix it on move 2. Absolutely giga-chad. D4. E6. Knight F3. Knight C6. Bishop G5. This is actually pretty difficult though. My position is absolutely dominating, but the duck can easily help my opponent defend his position without having to worry about any of my attacks. I seriously need him to blunder something quickly to convert my advantages. F6. I'll go back. Take K5. Knight C3. At least now my pawn on E5 can prevent Knight F6. And he immediately tries to make use of the other knight. I disagree. Knight back. G3 B6 Bishop H3 D5. French move. C takes D6. Man, I have been having development advantages ever since the very first move, but somehow material balance is still equal. And my opponent has both of his center pawns, while I don't have even one of those two. I need to make progress quickly. E6. That is a very good move. Now I cannot go Knight E6 anymore because big chance it will get trapped. Knight E5. Knight D4. Take Rook C6. Long castle. Bishop E7. That blunders the G-pawn. Duck on F6. My duck will stay on F6 for a while. Rook takes C3. Actually a good move, I'll take with knight. Knight H6. Queen takes H8. Knight F7. Free pawn. Knight G5. Queen G6 check. Duck on F7 blocking my own check. A lot of people know about this trick already, so probably not gonna work. King D7. Rook knight queen bishop pawn. His time runs out. That game took way longer than expected, but a win is a win. Second game, let's go. Second game is a beginner. E4. D5. Aha. Scandinavian defense doesn't work in duck chess. It just blunders a pawn. E5, and he prevented an en passant. Bishop C4, I'll block his dark bishop. Bishop G4. Very aggressive. H3. Bishop H5. D3. Knight F6. He changed his duck's position, which blunders a bishop. Actually I don't know, maybe he wants to sacrifice his bishop for 2 pawns, but I will accept it regardless. Take Rook H4. Bishop B4 check. Danger level tactic. Doesn't work in duck chess. Queen D7. Aha. In my opinion rooks are pretty useless in this variant. I'll offer a trade. He took it. 8 takes B4. Queen takes D1. King takes D1. Knight D7. Knight C3, duck on F6. My opponent only has 2 rooks and a knight, which means I pretty much only have to worry about the knight. King knight rook. Bishop B5. Not only down on materials, he has just trapped one of his rooks and his clock is also down more than 2 minutes compared to mine. I'll try to checkmate before his time runs out. A6. That blunders a horsey. Can't let him lift his rook. Rook d8. Knight takes e5, duck preventing f6. He still wants to play. Take rook a6. Rook a8. Aha! With the duck in the middle, his rook is actually both attacking my rook and threatening rook a1 infiltrating my territory. Therefore, rook takes a6, and duck blocks his rook from coming too far. A random pawn push. I'll use his trick against him. Rook back to d8. Rook a8. Take f6. Knight takes f8. My opponent ran out of time. The game was too one-sided. Next game is way more exciting. Third game we finally get a high-rated opponent. e4. e6. Aha! If this is the case, e5. Literally the only thing he can move right now is his queen's knight. There it is. Knight f3. g6. b3, and I guess I'll block on g7. He does the same thing to me. En passant is possible, but since it is obviously not a forced move, bishop b5. I'll trade this bishop for a knight real fast. Knight e7. d4. a6. Take bishop g5. h6. Bishop back. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Bishop d7. Knight d2. Bishop b4. Aha! He is baiting me to take his h-pawn so he can have a very decent chance at trapping my bishop. So you know what? I will do something that is completely unimaginable. Castle. I'll let him trade his bishop with my knight. He took it immediately. Queen takes. g5. Very aggressive. h3. Queen e7. I need to reposition my knight. Knight h2. Duck prevents his king from castling. Queen b4. Okay, so it seems my opponent also doesn't know what to do and decided to keep suggesting trades. Which is actually fine. Knight g4. Queen takes d2. I'll give a check first. Who knows? Maybe he'll move his queen back thinking that he can block my check with the duck. I solemnly swear that this guy is not a paid actor. Duck chess speedrun today. 100% win rate.